Welcome to the Pre-Snap Podcast presented by LineStar. I'm Shannon Sommerville here with Tyler Wiemann. Tyler, it's draft day, buddy. Best ball drafting time.
NFL season.
NFL season is fast approaching. Today we're going to do a draft for Best Ball Mania for Underdog. If you haven't already, download the Underdog Sports app and enter into their Best Ball tournaments. It's so much fun. Not only is it fun, but you could win a lot of money in prizes. In fact, $10 million total in prize money. The winner can take home $2 million. That's a lot of money.
What are you going to do with your $1 million when we win? Because we're splitting it, obviously.
Are we splitting it?
I mean, we're drafting it together.
Of course. We're in this together. Co-hosts for life. Yes.
It only makes sense.
It's a good question. What would I spend my million? Do you have something in mind already?
No, not yet. Not yet, you know. But we pretty much already won, right?
I mean, I would just have guacamole with my Chipotle every day, you know. Extra guac, I don't care. I'm a millionaire because I played best ball. All right, so we are going to be drafting today, and this is actually my first best ball draft. I haven't done it before, so I'm going to learn a lot from Tyler here today, who has done this before and knows a little bit about the strategy behind it, because there is some that's involved in this. So we're going to just have a lot of fun with it and talk through some of the strategies. It's also a great way for getting ready for your season longs. If you're into with some of your friends, just a great way to kind of like get ready for that as well.
That's actually how I like kind of started getting into best ball, is I did a couple just to like kind of get ready for my friends leagues, and then I liked it and just kept going. Now
you're in it to win it.
Yep.
We're after this prize money. So we are going to draft. Remember, the link to Underdog is below, so be sure to download Underdog. And if you type in the promo code LineStar, you can get your deposit matched. Deposit at least $10 for new users, and you can get your deposit matched up to $100. Not only that, but we're also throwing in 3 months free of LineStar, which will help you elevate your daily fantasy game this football season. You definitely want to do that. Remember, you can also just download the LineStar app as well if you're getting ready for your daily fantasy. And also prop bets, all the betting, every stat you need will be at your disposal this fall with the LineStar subscription. That's $19.99 right now. Lock that in before football season starts, though. It does go up to $29.99 per month. It's all the info you could possibly need. Right, Tyler?
Absolutely. Don't leave home without it. It's in the palm of your hand. So.
All right. Well, let's get ready for this draft here. So we're going to pull up our draft lobby software here. All right. So here we are in Underdog Sports land. We're getting ready for our draft here. So we're going to hop into the Best Ball Mania 3. We're going to be in it to win it. So we're going to enter in here. Now, Tyler's done a few of these so far. There is some tips and strategies as well. I know sometimes there's some stacking and everything. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of different kind of strategies you can employ here. Stacking is absolutely a good one. I would say, though, there is a limit. You don't want to overstack because then you're like too much correlation is also bad.
Right. And, you know, how much of it is letting kind of the draft, so to speak, come to you?
Absolutely. It's a big part of it. Like there's been some kind of study and some research done showing that when you really reach on ADP, it negatively affects your team. So you do want to let players follow to you a little bit. You want to stack a little, but not too much.
Right.
You know, so there's a lot of kind of ins and outs. This year, people are really high on like game stacking in week 16 and 17.
Interesting.
I am not that high on that.
Yeah.
And part of the reason I'm not that high on it is because everybody's doing it right now.
Right.
And so we will probably get to some of that, but I'm not going to try and force it.
Okay. Now, having done some of these already, was there anything that surprised you? You did mention, you know, the week 16 and 17 strategies, I guess, that people are employing.
I mean, there's other strategies too. Like people are doing 0 RB, meaning not picking a running back in the first couple rounds and then just taking a ton later in the draft.
That seems crazy to me.
It is, but running back is one of those positions where they get hurt.
Right.
And so if you get, a Christian McCaffrey getting hurt early in the season, but you have the backup that steps in,
I see.
then, you're getting a ton
set.
of value out of the pick.
Sure.
So, and it looks like we are filling up here. And so we should be started here any minute now. Oh, there we go. So we got pick 8.
Let's go. Who do we think we're going to try to focus on? Let's see.
All right. What are you thinking? What do you want
Who
our
do we
first
want
pick to be here?
We'll have to see what comes available to us.
Absolutely. My guess is...
Is it going to be Najee Harris that falls to us? What do we think?
We could get Najee, maybe Eckler.
Oh, I like Eckler. That would be fantastic.
I would really like Henry to get to us.
And then if we do, we got to do the air guitar for his celebration dance.
Yep. And then remember, just guys, the scoring for Underdog is half-point PPR. Mm-hmm. So
good to know. Good to know.
Go to that. Those receptions are valuable, but not quite as valuable as DraftKings.
Right. Okay. So, all right. Tyler, I'm very excited. Yeah. My first best ball draft.
The draft starts in 3 minutes here. Or, sorry, 2 seconds.
We are 7
It's been a long day already. All right.
So you get 30 seconds per pick.
Yes, exactly.
Hopefully it goes a little faster than that.
Yes. Typically, the drafts have lasted 45 minutes to 50 minutes or so. So here we go. We got Jonathan Taylor off the board. No surprise.
No surprise. Although, didn't you say that Christian McCaffrey?
A lot of people are taking CMC over him, and I get it. CMC is a beast, and he averages more fantasy points per game than anybody. Right. So, and CMC going second. There he is.
Off the board.
So now it's interesting to see.
Now, what do you think? Cooper Kupp's next?
Are we going to? I could see running backs still going. Mm-hmm. I think I would probably take Kupp here.
Yeah.
But
see what they do. Running down the clock.
Yeah. Oh, Justin Jefferson.
Okay, over Cooper Kupp.
Over Kupp.
That's interesting.
And then Kupp goes for no surprise there.
Right.
So, all right, now we're getting a little closer. We're at pick 5. We have 4 to go.
I can't imagine Eckler being there. I would be shocked if he's available.
So you want Eckler first if he's there?
Yes.
Okay.
You agree? I just think I'm excited about the Chargers this season in general.
I'm fine with that. I like Henry maybe over Eckler, but I'm absolutely fine. I'm fine. Eckler's gone. Chase is gone.
Makes our decision for us sometimes.
So, yeah. So, if we get Henry, that's what I would say. If not, what are you thinking? We're on the clock. Diggs.
I do like Najee Harris.
You like Najee Harris?
I do.
I think it's a little early. We have 15 seconds. We got to make it.
Who we got? Oh, we got to go.
We got to go Henry.
We got to go King Henry all the way.
All right. We went Henry here. So now it's going to come back around. There's 12 people in the draft. So we're going to come back up pretty quickly here.
It's hard to talk and draft, right?
We got to think about it all. Yeah. It's, high stress environment. So
we got construction going on next door. It's just a lot going on.
All right. So when it comes back around, do you want to look at receiver or running back? Where would you rather go?
Here is my question to you. You mentioned the strategy of some people not even taking. Would you just take, let's say, the best available? Or when do you start to kind of think about, okay, how many of these do I have? How many of these? I mean, or is that just something you're always thinking about?
Since we have one stud running back, I am totally fine going either way.
Yeah.
I like to at least get one in the first 2 rounds. Mm-hmm. Now it's kind of up to what falls to us is what I think.
I would be even fine going with a tight end.
Like if Kelsey came to us, Kelsey's gone.
If we had a monster like Mark Andrews.
Something
like that. However,
we could do that. And if in that situation, I would say we're only drafting one other tight end. for, so we're saving ourselves a roster spot for, here we come. All right.
So what we got?
Ooh, I think we got to go Debo. Or Debo or
but I love Saquon. I think Saquon's going to have a monster year.
So we're on the clock. We got Evans, Barkley, Debo, Andrews, Tyreek Hill. We have 15 seconds. I made the first one, so you.
5. Let's go Debo.
Debo it is. All right. We should start kind of making our cue here so we don't get into that situation again.
Busy.
It's gonna be a little while till we pick, though.
Okay.
So these people are off the board probably. We're probably looking in this area down here. And so far we have Derrick Henry and we have Debo. It is nice. You kind of got to pay attention to the buy stuff because it is best ball. We don't want all our running backs to be available. 6. Yeah, we don't want all our wide receivers to be 9. If we have a little overlap, it's fine. You just don't want to go too overboard here. So, all right. So Josh Allen, wow, quarterback's already off the board, 206 or 2.6. And there goes your boy Saquon. He's off.
Oh, I really liked that one.
Yeah.
But I think Debo provides a ton of value, and he's just a beast.
I think also there's a good stacking opportunity for us with Lance. I think Lance is still going a little late, where maybe we can get him as quarterback. But we'll see, because that's kind of it falls to us. I don't like to force the stack.
So with the stacking, what kind of leverage does that provide, I guess? How would you explain that for maybe someone like me who's doing this for the first time?
The main reason to stack is those weeks of 16 and 17, which are the playoff weeks. So it's, you have 1 week to get as many points as you can against the rest of the league. So stacking, if your, say, quarterback and that wide receiver goes off, it puts you in a really good position to advance through that round.
Okay.
So that is really the reason why everybody stacks. It's also a little bit easier if you find, say, your Jets, maybe, if they have a really good year and you have stacked the Jets, they're all those guys are cheap, and so you're getting some like extra correlation and extra value by stacking them.
I see.
So, all right, we're coming around quick here. We got 6 more picks or so.
Your boy Michael Pittman.
Kyle Pitts is there. Michael Pittman's there. Yes. We
just talked about him
DJ
in our
Moore.
AFC South preview. If you didn't already, check it out. Check out our videos.
All right, so let's get what's your first pick as far as from a list here?
Now, do we want to go get another running back here? What's the strategy? I'm a little nervous we run out of...
I wouldn't mind taking Kyle Pitts. I think it's a little early, but it would lock up our tight end spot. They don't really have receivers, so he's going to get targeted a ton.
Yes, Kyle Pitts is... The Falcons are not going to be good, but Kyle Pitts.
Another idea is, what do you think about Kamara?
Okay,
it's a situation to talk about.
I don't love that pick.
Okay, you think he's going to be suspended for a decent amount of time? I think he's going to be
suspended, and I think when I was looking at some of the stats on him, he has shown some, I guess, a little. I mean, it's Kamara. He's awesome, but he has shown a little fall off in the efficiency numbers. So that's something that I...
Okay.
So I wouldn't... So if he falls to you, maybe, but with the suspension,
I don't know. Kyle Pitts. We're on the clock.
I like Kyle Pitts.
And I think I like Courtland Sutton out of what we have here.
Yes. So that would give us some nice...
So should we go...
I like locking the tight end. Let's lock it up.
Let's lock that up. I'm down with a little Pitts.
Let's go.
I'm down with some Pitts. All right, so now let's start thinking about what we're going to do here. We have 1 running back, 1 wide receiver, 1 tight end.
Right.
Tight end, because we took 1 early, I think we wait a while and maybe only take 1 more tight end.
Okay.
So really, we need to focus on wide receiver and running back.
All right. So
unfortunately, Sutton just went. I was really hoping he'd fall to us. So
I actually really like Travis Etienne if he's available.
I
don't know if you knew.
The reason I don't is
go
James
ahead.
Robinson just came off the PUP list.
Okay.
So he's already practicing.
True.
I think it could be a total
a little
committee.
bit of a split, yeah.
Peterson has made that happen too in the past where it's committees. So
fair point.
I'm out on him where he's being drafted.
And then we've got Scary Terry. Kind of love that pick.
We got Scary Terry. We got Zeke, Breece Hall, Akers.
Oh, you know I love a Jet.
I know you do.
Especially the rookie.
I know.
We
got 3 picks.
Very high on Breece Hall.
You know, it would have been interesting too if we had a little Eckler. We could have taken Herbert here.
Ooh.
Or if we got one of
stack.
Or if we got one of those wide receivers, Allen, Williams. But without them, I don't really want to take a quarterback yet.
So still no on the quarterback.
So, you know, I do think we need to.
Did we have somebody go off the board? Who went off? What quarterback go already?
Yes, we have had a quarterback go. We had Allen go off the board.
I see. Yeah.
Oh, we're on the clock.
Oh, no.
So, Breece Hall, Cam Akers. Now, I say Cam Akers over Hall.
Cam Akers for
Rams.
For sure.
Cam Akers.
Yeah.
Let's lock him up. Now, with those 2 guys, we're probably pretty good on running back too. Now, there's 2 different strategies here. And since we took 2 running backs earlier in the draft, I kind of think we just focus on wide receivers right now, hit them hard, and then take a bunch of scrub running backups later in the draft and hoping, you know, people get hurt and our guys
and then
come.
At what point are we going for a quarterback?
Quarterback, I do think we need to make sure we get a solid one with like top 5 upside. So quarterback is something that needs to start being on our list here. We still have a lot of good ones, though, so we're not really worried. I like the ADP of Lance here. I love the ADP of Wilson.
Is this draft so far kind of playing out like the ones you have been in so far late, you know, in the past couple of weeks? Is this kind of playing out?
It is. There hasn't been any big surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, Elliott maybe falling a little bit. Etienne, I'm surprised he's still up here with the news. Breece Hall maybe coming up a little bit. I do really like Gabriel Davis. I kind of have a hard time taking him here, though. Because it's just like everybody's so high on him after that 4-touchdown game.
Yeah.
But there is no Emmanuel Sanders. Yeah. He's the second option on the best offense.
The best offense. The Super Bowl favorites this year, everybody.
All right. So let's kind of take a look and start kind of putting some stuff together here. We are coming up relatively quickly. Now, I like Judy. I really like Cooks. Bateman, I think, is interesting because he does have some upside without Brown.
No DK?
DK is there, but I am out on Seattle receivers.
Oh.
I do not want to go Seattle receiver.
I don't.
You can? You do? You don't?
Yeah, I understand why when it's no longer Russell Wilson throwing in the ball. That's
exactly. Sure. And they play at such a slow pace. Wow, Juju went. Which I do kind of like that. I think there is some solid upside, Juju.
You can breathe a sigh of relief because if we had drafted him, I would have made you do a TikTok dance, obviously.
Oh, boy. All right. I'm real glad we didn't do it. Very glad we didn't do that then. All right. So we're coming up here.
There's a Kyler Murray's on the board.
Kyler is on the board. He does have to study now.
No, he has to study.
That's a plus.
So we could see him.
So I think wide receiver 23 for Judy is a little early. You know, I don't love that. I do like the Cooks value here. That is probably my bet, especially because he does have some
the offense is
big
gonna be,
upside.
Yep, 100%.
But Cooks is gone. So, all right, it's crunch time here. We got Judy, we have Bateman, we have Mooney, Allen Robinson, which is a big question mark. We don't really know how involved he's going to be.
I wouldn't hate Allen Robinson at all.
Allen Robinson's gone.
Okay.
All right. We also have Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Ooh.
I don't hate that either.
Well, I agree with you on Judy, though. I think the upside there is
all right. So
undeniable.
Let's go Judy. I mean, Wilson has made 2 receivers, number 1 receivers before. And between Judy and Sutton, one of them is going to do it.
Absolutely.
And Judy's a great route runner, so he can get open. Wilson will enjoy that. So
I think Russell Wilson could have a great year as
well. I do too. As far as the quarterbacks here that are left, I think Wilson and Lance are my 2 favorites. What also matches up with the little stack action we got there.
Don't you love when that happens?
I do. It's almost like we planned it.
It's one of those things that you kind of said, well, we'll try, but
exactly
let it come to you sort of thing.
Exactly. I'm not going to reach for it, but I will try to make it happen in the situation that it's viable. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. Somebody could absolutely take them from us, which would be a bummer, but meh, it happens. You know,
such is life.
Yep. All right. So we have 4 more picks here.
Mm-hmm. So we got to lock in our quarterback.
We do have to lock in our quarterback. I think it's still a little bit too early. Just the guy. I mean, if we don't take one, there is a chance we don't get them. Let's look. A lot of teams between us and our next
quarterbacks,
but most do already do.
Okay.
I doubt they would take another one this early. So I'm fine kind of punting that and focusing
at you, Tyler, playing the field.
You do have to look at the back. We're on the clock again here. Russell Gage is a hard no with the Julio news. So we got Elijah Moore. Elijah Mitchell. Moore. Oh, it's 5 seconds. Hop.
Elijah Moore. Do it. There we go.
Oh, we took our quarterback, Trey Lance. I didn't get that in early enough.
That's what happens when you're busy chatting.
It is. It's okay, though, because it is a quarterback we liked. I will feel good about that if, say, Russell Wilson comes off the board right here, if he doesn't make it back to us. I would feel good about that just because then we locked up a guy. We did lock up a guy, I think, that has top 5 fantasy upside. So even though we reached a little bit, I'm okay with it, especially with Debo being our first wide receiver. Now, those 2 need to have, obviously, a good season. This league has tons and tons of teams. Mm-hmm. So we need those top picks to have extraordinary seasons. All right. So we'll put more out there. So if he does follow to us, then we can grab him. I do like Amari Cooper here, too. Especially if Watson only gets 4 games. I think that's a great.
I've heard reports
it's
that
looking
it's
like
just,
4 to 6.
Although we don't really know that.
We don't. I don't mind looking at Antonio Gibson. Everybody's really down on him because they're saying it's a committee. It was last year, but he was still good. Mm-hmm. We could go D-Hop.
I mean, he'll help you out in those crucial weeks down the end, you know.
Absolutely.
Which is...
And it's a good offense.
I mean, he's incredible. He is.
He is incredible.
The best wide receiver, arguably, in the league.
I don't mind this pick, MVS, in a little while. Not going to put him on our board yet, but I like the upside.
I like that pick a lot.
Especially in a best ball format where we don't need to pick his huge boom weeks. Like it's best ball. It's whoever scores the most does it for us. And he is such a boom bust guy where it's like when he goes off, it's 25 plus points. So,
yeah. That's a really good point because when you look at the types of players that you're looking for, it's not always like the steady, reliable guy that's in every week. You don't necessarily need it. You need those like big numbers on a given week. It's not always just the sturdy, reliable guy. It's we got to get these kind of like high upside.
And there will be weeks where you need a guy just to get 5 or 6 points, but like having that guy is not going to make you win this contest. Like those points may have been needed that week, but you need the guys that can really go off.
Yeah.
Especially in those playoff weeks. All right. So we have 5 picks to go until we're up again. Cooper's still on the board. Russell Wilson is on the board still, which really scares me. Elijah Moore is gone. We could go running back here. I'm not in love with the wide receivers here.
I believe did you take Drake London on your other draft?
I did.
It's probably a little bit later.
I don't mind Drake London, but if we take him and Pitts, like I don't think both of them with Mariota are going to have, huge years. So I'm not huge about London because of our team we already have.
Now, how do you feel about Hunter Renfrow? Given that
I'm not taking him.
Yep.
He is a guy that needs a lot of targets, and with Adams and Waller, I don't see that happening. All right, so we're going to come up here again. Cooper just went. Antonio Gibson did. We're next. We got Russell Wilson.
Do you like Russell Gage less with Julio?
Yes. Gage is off my board. Oh, I mean, I would take him later, but he's not going to be there later just because of where the ADP is. We have Allen Lazard.
Yeah,
there's some hidden upside there.
There is,
so
definitely.
If he is the number one, it's going to be a good one. What are you thinking?
I think you also mentioned in our when we did a preview of the Packers, like he's not going to be going to the rookies. Like he has to establish some chemistry with them at first. So he's going to go to the guys he knows.
Lazard's the only one that has chemistry.
Exactly.
Tanyan is on the PUP list too. So let's go Lazard.
All right.
So it's potentially that we got one of the best offenses, number one wide receiver this late. We don't really know how that's going to go. Don't really know how that's going to go in the long run. But in these, you do have to take some chances. Russell Wilson did just go just fine. We got a quarterback. We really do need to get some more guys here, though. I think we still need to focus on running back and receiver. What do you think of Miles Sanders?
We've talked. I remember talking about having this discussion. And anytime you have a running back that is playing with Jalen Hurts, it's like a situation.
His upside is
makes you nervous.
But he was so efficient and had 0 touchdowns last year,
that's true.
Like
that's very.
There's
like
got to be some regression there. Yeah,
right.
Regression to the mean to score some.
Yeah.
I would be okay with Sanders.
Yep. Now who else we got?
CEH. Oh.
There's your boy.
It's MVS, Penny, or Scaling to me. I like Penny a lot with Carson's retirement.
Yep.
I don't think Walker is going to get a ton of share to start the season.
Yeah, that's an offense that runs the ball.
They run the ball a lot.
Going to run the ball.
Penny was good. I'm not a huge fan of the offense as a whole.
But you don't need to be.
No.
Sometimes you just got to get the guy.
But, all right, so I think we're kind of settled on these 3. What are you thinking? What do you want?
When are we up next?
We are up next. There is going to be a run of running backs here soon.
I'm thinking Sanders over Penny.
Okay. I agree with that. I think it's the safer pick. It's the better offense. And if we get some touchdowns there, he's going to do good.
Exactly.
Which he should.
Jalen Hurts, just don't steal them, okay? Don't steal those touchdowns.
Now, we do have 2 Week 7 bye running backs. So next ones we choose, we should probably try and stay away from that if it's a tiebreaker situation. We also have
2 wide receivers at the same bye week. All right.
So
noted.
Need to kind of stay away from that. The other thing is that we need to make sure we don't have a quarterback at 9.
Okay.
Because we don't want to lock ourselves into having to make a 4th or a 3rd quarterback. Which I do like going 3 quarterbacks, but I don't want to force my hand to make myself go there. So.
All right. So.
All right.
Let's see. Most of the other teams, how are they filling out their team?
Yeah. So, all right. We have this guy is still without a quarterback, 5 wide receivers. He just took his quarterback. 1-3-3-0 here. Another guy with ton of wide receivers. Looks like pretty much everybody's fairly balanced like us, with an exception of a couple people that have 5 wide receivers already.
Yeah.
3 running backs. Well, one guy has 4 running backs. He is probably done. Ooh, I do like that Tony pick there. I bet he's done picking running backs. Or maybe one more, and he's probably gonna start just slamming wide receivers here. All right, now we are 9 picks away again, and Penny is still on the board. What's your thought on Treylon?
Yeah, I don't know, especially in that offense that we've seen. We haven't. I don't know. I just get nervous with that offense that's predicated on Derrick Henry running the ball.
It is. However, I think people are kind of down on that offense, losing A.J. Brown. We already have Henry, so we are kind of stacking that team by taking a Titan. I also really like Robert Woods.
Bobby Trees.
And
yes,
in my eyes, I actually have Bobby Trees above.
I love that pick as well. When he played for the Rams, his teammates could not be more effusive in singing his praises about.
He's a great player,
and I hope he has a great year.
I do too, and he is coming off an injury, so that is a little worrisome. But he's had enough time where I think he's going to be fine.
Yeah.
They're saying he's going to be a full go for week 1. It's just, is he going to get that chemistry with Tannehill?
Right. And I think Bobby Trees is going to have a good year.
So Burks did go off the board. Lockett's off. Sky Moore is off the board, which he was one that I was kind of interested, hoping he would fall. I don't mind getting some of that KC offense. But
wouldn't mind getting a Matthew Stafford on our team just to have a Bulldog represented.
Expected you to say that. I was waiting for that. Let's look at what other quarterbacks are on the board here. So there's Stafford. Rodgers is still there.
Some people are very high on Fields this year.
I could see a little step forward for him. I'm not going to reach for him.
Sure.
Deshaun Watson is a big question mark. Could fall into that one. Mac Jones, Belichick saying he's taking a big step forward.
Okay.
I think we can. I know you're going to hate this, but I think we can wait here.
Okay, fine.
I don't like Stafford that much more than what else is there. And we can still focus on kind of running backs and wide receivers here.
Balance all these Bama players on our team.
Oh, that one hurts.
We did not plan for that.
That one hurts, doesn't it? All right, so we got Bobby Trees. Oh, we're up. So should we go with Bobby Trees?
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
Or Boyd or Cordell Patterson. I don't mind Cordell either. He is another running back, though, and if we go with him, we're kind of done with running back. I'm kind of liking our Bobby Trees. I like Bobby Trees, too.
Let's stick with our gut there and roll with it.
So I don't mind Cordarrelle if he comes back. I don't mind
a
little Tyler Boyd action.
Okay.
If we go Zach Ertz, I think we're done at tight end because we've already gotten such a top tier tight end. There goes T. Boyd.
Patterson's got great fantasy upside for sure.
Yes. Again, we already have Pitts. It's another kind of a team stack there. We could take Mariota as a later on quarterback option, which I wouldn't mind just because he's cheap with some upside there because of his rushing.
We like that bye week. 14.
14's a good bye week. So if he falls to us, I like that one. Is there anything else here you're looking at?
Let's see.
If we got Russell Wilson, I would be saying let's take Tim Patrick, but because we don't, not a huge fan of it. Rashad White, I think, is interesting. Just if Fournette's not his whole self.
Are we looking particular position right now? What are we thinking here? Do we just need to focus on?
I think we need to get the best player we can here, which seems like Cordell. Position. Yeah. If we take Cordell, we're really going to be focusing on wide receiver the rest of the draft.
Pull the trigger.
Pull him. Pull it. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right. No, you have a bad offense on our team. Let's go.
Gotta love it.
Yeah. But all in all right. So we got Trey Lance. We have Derrick Henry, Cam Akers, Miles Sanders, Cordarrelle Patterson, Debo,
Jerry Jeudy,
Allen Lazard, Robert Williams, and Kyle Pitts. We are pretty balanced. We're all over the board here. I do think we need some wide receivers, and specifically ones with upside, I think.
Okay.
Because I think all of these guys are going to be safe.
We don't want to just be safe.
We don't want to just be safe. Yes.
So who can we get to fill that quota?
We should look at some stuff here, go through the wide receiver list. We have a little while. Let's kind of Gallup. I like Gallup, but he's going to miss some games here. Jarvis, meh. I do like Devontae Parker. Henry got a ton of touchdowns last year, being only kind of big body.
Yeah.
Now Parker is there. I like Jamison Crowder. He is another slot, more safer guy, but I think there could be some upside. Beasley had some really big weeks, and I would guess he's going to slide into that Beasley role.
Is D-Hop off the board?
D-Hop is off the board. Van Jefferson is one that I like.
Oh, he has those games where he catches these insane touchdown
passes
from Stafford.
The other thing is that he has been in this system for a few years. Allen Robinson's just coming in, and what we've seen of Robinson lately hasn't been good. So is there a chance that Jefferson ends up being the 2?
Could be. That's what we're looking for.
It is. Totally. We need that kind of boom upside. Now, it is, if we took him with our next pick, it would be a little bit of a reach, but I think we could wait for the next one for him. So there's still some solid receivers out here. There's good old Julio.
What's the injury or prognosis on Gallup? That's curious. I was just curious about.
Yeah.
He was moved to the PUP list. Okay, so that's not good.
It's not good. However, it just depends on when he comes off.
Right.
So.
Yeah. ACL surgery. So active on the PUP.
And when was it?
Let's see. Timing of the injury was.
Gallup's off the board.
He had to wait. So Gallup's off the board, but he did have to wait until February to get the ACL surgery, so that sets him back. And when we talk to Dr. Chow about some of these ACL injuries, a lot of times they can really linger just depending on.
I mean, look at Odell Beckham. Nicole Hardman is one that What do you think about him?
I love him.
Oh, why is that?
Oh, we love a dog.
So this is the reason. He is another guy like Van Jefferson, where we don't really know what this offense is doing. And part of the reason they let Hill go could have been that they see Hardman progressing.
He has a ton of upside, like you mentioned.
Yes.
And even though he's not producing on a consistent basis, that doesn't matter for this particular purpose, right?
Guess who we're taking? Got your dog.
We got to get a bulldog in there.
Yep.
Thanks, Tyler.
But it's a player that, really high upside. It's a wide receiver, which we needed. I know we don't really need running backs, but I do like Isaiah Spiller.
Okay.
The reason being is if Eckler gets hurt, he has a huge line, It's a little early for backups, but he also, I think, will have some week-to-week value.
Okay. I'm enjoying doing this just because I'm just thinking through these different theories and stuff it's just super helpful for fantasy. Even if you're playing your fantasy league with your friends, it's just a good practice to.
You can see why that I liked this as far as to get ready for my drafts too. It's a little bit of a different game because you do look for weird upside spots, but it still kind of gets you prepared and is like a mock draft, but everybody actually cares.
Nice. So we got a little ways to a couple more picks.
We have a couple more picks. So Spiller is still there.
Okay.
Van Jefferson is there. Crowder is there.
And
we got Tua, if you believe in him.
Then
Michael
we would
Carter.
really be the all Alabama team here.
I don't really care to go with him. I would rather just kind of wait on our quarterbacks.
We can wait.
And we're up. All right.
So here's the decision.
We got Isaiah Spiller, big time upside running back. Or we go Van Jefferson or Crowder.
I kind of really like your pick of Spiller.
I do too. We're doing
just with the implication if something happens where Eckler's out.
Yes, and that's the thing with this is, so this draft is a little different than a lot of mine, and the reason being is that we have 5 legit running backs. Usually, I will do 2 or 3, and then wait till the end of the draft and take as many backup running backs as I can.
I see.
And that being is waiting for that upside.
Yeah. And this is different in that, you have to take risks because you're in this big contest, and you got to separate yourself and just take a few flyers on people.
And from here on, for a while, I would say we're done with running backs. We can't really do it unless there's some crazy value. So we really need to look at wide receiver, tight end, quarterback, and that's all.
All right. Let's remind everyone who's on our team.
All right.
Run through the roster here. We've got Trey Lance, Derrick Henry, Cam Akers, Miles Sanders, Cordell Patterson, Isaiah Spiller, Deebo Samuel, Jerry Jeudy, Alan Lazard, Robert Woods, Nicole Hardman, Kyle Pitts.
I like it. I like it so far.
$2 million coming our way. Let's go.
We need some more upside wide receivers. Now, a lot of people do try and just get a ton of wide receivers on the team. As you can see, there's several people with already that have 7. And we're at 5 right now, which we're not too far behind them. I think we are going to beat a lot of those teams at the running back spot. We also have some nice upside at the quarterback.
Do you feel that people are stocking up on wide receivers because is there a cliff that we're going to reach here shortly?
It is. There's a thought going through the fantasy football community that there's way more upside with wide receivers and that random ones will have those spike weeks, which is true. And so a lot of these people are trying to stack wide receivers for their flex spot, as well as their starting lineup. So that's really what it is. And the situation we're at with all these running backs, we very easily could have 3 running backs, always kind of there. If Eckler gets hurt, having Spiller and Henry, they're going to be our running backs every single week. Then we kind of wasted a pick with Akers, you know. But who knows, because Akers could have a huge game or a huge season.
Yeah.
All right, so we have 2. Crowder and Jefferson are still on the board, so we're going to get one of those.
One of them.
We got
there
Jefferson.
There it is. Okay.
So there's another upside wide receiver that we were looking at, kind of just hoping that situation comes around. And we're going to be up real quick again. We got 7. So Winston's there.
No.
I do like Tanyan. He is on the pup list. I think there's some upside there.
Who else we got?
James Robinson. We could get
get
crazy.
Who do we need another tight end right now? Let's see.
We could go another tight end. We could go quarterback.
I know that this is going to be a crazy pick, but Tyler Higbee has these games where he has like 3 or 4 touchdowns.
He does. He does have some big games. I think we can wait a little while on him now. Or is he already gone? He might be gone already. Yeah, he's gone.
Darn.
Oh, no, there he is.
Oh.
Yeah, so they have him at 165. So he would actually be coming up. His ADP is right there.
Right around there.
My worry with that is we already have Akers and Jefferson.
Okay.
And without having Stafford, it might be a little bit too much of one team.
Good point. Good point.
Tight end wise, I like Tanyan. He might start slow, but he had some huge games without Adams.
Yeah. And now it doesn't have to compete with that anymore. So, and like we mentioned earlier in the draft,
so I
think he's going to rely on his guys that he knows.
I think that would be my pick right here.
Yeah.
Should we go it?
Yeah.
Do it? Lock it in?
Let's do it. Lock it in.
All right. So we're probably done here with tight end unless there's some value.
Lock it in.
I like it. So
end of draft silliness. Got to stay focused.
We do. All right. We really got to kind of focus on probably some upside, more receivers here. I don't know about Corey Davis. Could go George Pickens, but there's already a lot of wide receivers in pick.
Oh, I wanted George Pickens on my team.
I know you do, but you already got Claypool, you got Johnson, and you have either Trubisky or small hands Pickett.
I think you, as someone who knows his potential, Pickens I think is going to be sneaky good, but
I'll put him on the list for you.
Put him on the list.
Thoughts on Paris Campbell?
Yeah, I mean, I like now that offense is appealing to me in general.
And that is exactly why I said it. When we're this late in the draft, we're really looking for some upside. And usually you're going to find that with the offense, not with the players. So, Devin Duvernay is one that's interesting to me.
Okay.
He really hasn't done much in his career, but with Brown gone, they do lack receiving options, and he is a guy that can make people mess. Little bit. He has some speed. I wouldn't take him here, but he's one that I would kind of keep my eye on. Oh, poor Mechie. Hope he gets well.
Oh, Mitch.
Yeah, there's not a ton here for receivers. Is
this
very pick through?
Are we at the cliff? The abyss.
We are kind of at the cliff, and this is why people take receivers early.
Yeah,
is now it's pretty pick through. Terence Marshall did show some upside yesterday. Could go Beckham. Could throw a Beckham out there. He's not signed yet.
I know
but it's going to be a few weeks. This is one that I think is interesting. James Washington. Now, with Cooper gone, Gallup is not going to start the season. There's a good chance that Washington is a second receiver. And if he plays well, there is a chance that he could be on the field a lot, even when Gallup is back. Again, not taking him here. It's a reach, but it's interesting.
I am interested in that Odell Beckham pick.
So, all right, we're next. So, what are you thinking here? We might want to just take quarterback, or we go Paris Campbell. We might.
What quarterback are we looking at? What kind of?
We could take a risk and go Watson. Go Mac. Go Daniel Jones.
I mean, I don't hate a Deshaun Watson pick, but I'm just saying he's going to be great for fantasy purposes.
He will in the back half of the season.
Definitely. We just don't know about that suspension, but again, that's the risk.
Suspension's a big risk
that you're taking.
But we're trying to win $2 million. So we're
doing
Watson.
It. Okay.
Oh no, we made a mistake there. So, like I said, how I don't like to make myself take 3 quarterbacks, we did.
Oh, no.
We have 2 week 9 buys. Didn't look into that. But Daniel Jones is 9 also. What I do think we do here, though, is I think we take a Mariota and try and get him late. Don't get him now, but he's a week 14 buy. We have Patterson and we have Pitts. So if Mariota is good, it's going to help us big time. Can you check to see who they're playing? Atlanta playing week 9.
Week 9.
Because that is the week that it would be a guaranteed we have to use Mariota.
Yeah. Let's look at the schedule for Falcons schedule. Week 9, their bye week is week 14.
Yeah. Playing the Chargers, so shootout potential. I mean, they're not going to win, but they're going to have to pass.
Passing the ball.
So I'm okay with that. Now we're not taking them here, but we need to look at some receivers. I don't mind KJ Hamler. Get more of that Broncos offense. He's another guy that's boom bust. What do you think?
So do we need to lock in our Mariota pick yet?
No.
So we have some room. I do like your Beckham pick given, but I
think we can wait on that. Oh,
okay.
4 seconds. I'm going Hamler.
I trust you. See, Tyler's the QB of our draft, so trust the QB over here. Knows what he's doing.
The whole reason being is just that we want that Broncos offense. We're expecting that Broncos offense to take a step forward with Wilson. So
absolutely.
And Hamler is a guy where if he gets a chance, he can have some big games. So, just stacking this back end of the draft with
it is,
some upside.
Yeah. It's not fun that we're at the back end, but it's like also, you got to pay attention. You could easily get
totally
get a little distracted.
So
funny at the end.
The board as a whole here. We only have 2 more picks. So
2 more
we are
picks.
gonna have to take. We have 2 quarterbacks, 5 running backs, 7 receivers, and 2 tight ends. We have to take a quarterback because we pigeonholed ourselves.
Hate when you do that. Although I still don't hate the picks that we have. Like I really like.
I don't either. I think we are very good at tight end because we have Pitts and Tanyan. So I don't feel like I need to take a third there. Our running backs are pretty stacked with some decently high upside guys along with, the beast that is Henry. Quarterback, we might be a little weak until Watson comes. Just because if Lance has a tough game or two, we have nobody else to fall back to. But
Lance will be an interesting one to watch. Reports from training camp are saying there are moments when he looks incredible, and then there are moments when he doesn't.
And we saw it a little bit last year, but with that rushing upside, fantasy-wise, he's going to be great. I think he can have a Jalen Hurts-like season.
Wow.
So,
yeah,
I like him. We're good there. Another quarterback we could look at is Baker Mayfield.
And love that for Baker Mayfield.
Or your boy, Zach Wilson.
I like Zach Wilson, too. Zach's a legend.
He is a legend.
He's a legend.
He is.
Was it CJ Uzomah showing up to camp with his face as the Time Person of the Year? The T-shirt.
A legend.
Was just incredible.
In every mom's heart. All right, so we have 2 more picks here.
You should just draft him so that you can come up with incredible names for your team, right? The potential there is just...
It is. But I think for our team, it does set up a little bit if we take Mariota.
Okay.
I do like
there are a lot of team names that we could go
do you want to take
though.
a wide receiver here, or should we go Mariota? And with our last pick...
Do you see Mariota
So
to take him now, is that a reach?
Everybody
has
2. I bet he goes before
Okay.
we
So
come
then
back.
let's
just lock him in. He works for our team. There's some upside there. And now we have targeted 3 wide receivers here. Let's maybe see if there's another couple we can throw just in case. I don't mind Guyton. If there's injuries on that receiver core, he could step into some extra work.
Can we remind everyone of our team? I don't know
yes.
if they can see it so well. So
all right.
Let's run through just again.
Yep.
Trey Lance, Deshaun Watson, Marcus Mariota. We've got Derrick Henry, Cam Akers, Miles Sanders, Cordell Patterson, Isaiah Spiller, Deebo Samuel, Jerry Jeudy, Alan Lazard, Robert Woods, Nicole Hardman, Van Jefferson, KJ Hamler, and Kyle Pitts, and Robert Tonyan. So, again, we're trying to get guys who are awesome and solid every week, but we're also trying to get these guys that can have that boom upside like you mentioned earlier. So.
We could actually take a tight end here, too. We pigeonholed ourselves there as well.
Oh, man. We did it again.
I'm not that worried.
I like our picks, though. That's the problem.
I do, too. And I'm not that worried about taking a third tight end just because we're going to need to luck into a touchdown for that to really cause much difference. And let's see, unless there's somebody that we really like.
Yeah, there's our boy CJ Uzomah.
Yeah. Yeah, and with there not being a ton, Donald Parham, maybe.
Okay.
But I kind of think I'd rather just take one of those wide receivers and go with that.
Not get any.
1 week of a tight end isn't that big of a deal.
Okay.
In most cases,
Not really.
I
guess not.
Most likely, one of the guys we pick now is going to score 4 or 5 points. And the scheme of the whole year doesn't matter that much.
So it would be more important to get someone with better overall value than just that week.
I think so. All right, so we have 20 seconds here.
So we've got our 3 there.
Yeah, we have our 3 here. I mean,
don't hate that Johnny Smith either, because
yeah. So all right. So what are you
Donald
thinking here?
Parham.
5 seconds.
You go for it. Trigger.
Let's just take the chance. Oh, I missed the pick. So we got Duvernay.
I saw you click it. Come on.
Yeah, we're a little late, but honestly, between all those 3 receivers, I don't really care. I do like the upside of Duvernay, so I'm fine with it. I think he has a shot at extra targets with Brown being gone.
Yes, you mentioned that, so I like that as well. Yeah. Beckham would have been fine as well, although get him on a team.
Yep. So here is. Oh, it's not showing up. So won't go up there. All right, so I can only do it like that. Wanted to try and show you guys the whole board. We can do something about that.
Yeah, we'll
later.
show you guys the board.
So there we are. We got our team. we got Lance, we have Watson, have Mariota. So we have a little bit of a stack here with Trey Lance and Debo. Mm-hmm. We also have Mariota with Patterson, who is a pass-catching running back. So there's some major upside there with his number one target, Pitts. So I almost said tits there.
Where's your head at?
I don't know. So anyways, what are you thinking as far as...
Completed. We're all good.
We're all good. We're there.
All right. Let's look at the squad. Check out the squad.
All right. So we have 3 quarterbacks, 5 running backs, 8 receivers, and 2 tight ends. There are a couple problems with our team. I wouldn't say it's huge issues, but Lance and Watson both week 9. So we're going to be relying on Mariota for that week. He is playing the Chargers that week, though, so it is a game that he will have to pass. And hopefully some garbage time. get him some extra points. And then at running back, we have Derrick Henry, Cam Akers, Miles Sanders, Cordarrelle Patterson, and Isaiah Spiller.
I just feel like our running backs are beasts.
I love the running backs. I think Akers could be a wide receiver or a running back 1. Patterson, huge boom weeks as we saw last week. And then Miles Sanders, a real question mark. I do like him. He's got to score more touchdowns than last year. But that offense as a whole should be good. And there should be a little bit more running room for him with A.J. Brown. Yeah. And Spiller, obviously, if Eckler hurts,
that pick
we're in a great spot there.
Absolutely.
Now let's go to our wide receivers. You want to take this one?
Deebo Samuel, Jerry Jeudy, Allen Lazard, Bobby Trees, Nicole Hardman, Van Jefferson, KJ Amler, Devin Duvernay. That's a nice little squad right there.
Yeah, it's solid. We have some safe guys up top and then some guys that can have some big games down low. So I do like it. We are going to need some things to go our way with this. Like if Hardman is on the field a lot, it was a steal where we took him.
Absolutely.
Same with Jefferson, as we kind of laid it out. We don't really know if Allen Robinson's got to be the 2 or Jefferson is.
We're just going to have to see, and it could fall our way there.
It is expected that Robinson is, but there also is the chance of injury. So it's a good offense. Yeah. We're taking guys from good offenses, and that's the key.
Even regardless of that, I mean, Van Jefferson can put up
absolutely
great weeks for fantasy owners.
And then tight end, we got Pitts and Tonyan, both 14 bye weeks.
I mean, Kyle Pitts is a beast.
Yes. I mean, Pitts is another receiver, technically, and he should be a top 3 tight end. So I do like it. What are your thoughts after your first best ball draft?
It was a lot of fun. I like with best ball the fact that you're assessing people not on the basis of are they going to perform for me every week? It's are they going to have a couple monster weeks?
Exactly.
And that's kind of fun. I think that's a cool aspect of best ball. That's kind of unique and fun.
It's also like an interesting kind of problem to solve. So we're in one league for the first 14 weeks. Top 2 people move to the playoffs. And then we need to advance from there. So I think, and then optimizing for those weeks are to really make money. And so I think it's interesting. I like the problem.
That this team is, you mentioned that a lot of people in the community were really focusing on week 16, 17. I mean, how deep do they go? And do they look at the actual matchups that their guys have for that particular week?
Absolutely. Like similar to how we did for week 9.
For week 9.
They're doing that for
16 and 17.
Exactly.
I see.
And it is important, but if you don't make it there, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So
all for naught.
There is like the thought of, do you make a balanced team or a bunch of balanced teams and just trying to get as many as you can to the playoffs?
Right.
Or do you go very specialized and try and make like the perfect scenario happen with your team to better your chance to win if you get there?
And now, correct me if I'm wrong, if best ball's kind of just within the past couple years.
Yeah, it's
So
really
it's
taken off in the last couple
kind
years.
of like people are still trying new techniques and strategy.
Exactly.
With it, I'm sure.
And there's a thought that there is still some like major edge to be had where you can make some real money because a lot of people don't understand the game yet. Mm-hmm. And, you know, kind of consuming some content about it and figuring out your strategy is a good way to do it, because if you have a little bit of an edge that you truly believe in, can make a lot of money.
Yeah. And let us know what that edge is in the comments below, please. Thank you.
Give us all your secrets.
If you have any questions throughout this draft about any strategies you want to employ in yours, or any questions for Tyler, drop them in the comments and we will get back to you, or just let us know how you think we did. Why don't you assess our team?
Yeah, throw it out there.
Or suggestions for our team name.
And if you want to get in a best ball draft, hit the link below.
Yep. Got to be.
Deposit some money. If you're a new subscriber to or a new customer to Underdog, you also get 3 months free LineStar.
Yeah, it's an awesome deal there. Again, the winner, $2 million.
Yep, $10 million prize pool.
So link is below. Be sure to sign up. And yeah, we'll take suggestions for team name. Mm-hmm. Still upset we didn't get Zach Wilson for that reason, but
yeah, it's all right. You know,
we'll be all right.
All
right. Thanks so much for staying with us for our draft, and hope you guys had fun. Again, drop any questions, and we'll see you guys next time.
All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.